Yes, I know Smash Brothers is selling super well all around the world, but is anyone surprised by that? No. We're gonna get more sales details on that later this week. I'd like a full week's worth of data before we really break that stuff down, so today I couldn't ignore this. I have to talk about it because people are surprised by it. We're gonna take a look at the reveal of, I guess, the outline of Sonic the Hedgehog in the upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog movie, and to say people are upset is quite the understatement. Now I'm going to put this out there right at the beginning. I am going to see this movie. I don't care how bad I personally think it looks to begin with, but I will be seeing the movie. I can appreciate a movie's like storytelling and other aspects without liking the visuals of the movie, and that might be the case with the Sonic the Hedgehog movie because I don't know what is going on here with this character design. Well, how does this stuff happen? This is the kind of stuff you see from the movie industry, or you saw from the movie industry like 20 years ago when they were trying to understand how to adapt video games into movies, and they just missed the mark completely. I mean, again, we only have like the outline, some fuzzy details, a silhouette mostly, but it's enough to really throw people off. And I'm not saying like I'm one of those people that's like, this looks terrible, Sega deserves for this movie to fail or anything like that, this is a disaster. You know, I'm not saying any of that stuff, but I will say that people who are a little upset with the design, I think, are more than warranted to feel that way, because this is just such a strange design choice to me. Here's the best/worst part of all this. It seems that Sega doesn't like the idea of this design either. IGN had an interview with some of the people involved with the movie, and we hear from executive producer Tim Miller, and he's talking about in particular the eyes of the character, because as you know, Sonic basically has one giant eye but two pupils. And apparently they felt that wouldn't work for the movie. That's not Sega, that's like the executive producer speaking. I'll give you his whole quote. He says, "I don't think Sega was entirely happy with the eye decision, but these sorts of things, you go, it's gonna look weird if we don't do this. But everything is a discussion, and that's kind of the goal, which is to only change what's necessary and stay true to the rest of it. He's not gonna feel like a Pixar character would, because I don't think that's the right aesthetic to make it feel like part of our world." He says you only change what's necessary. Okay. I don't think changing any of it is necessary. Is anyone going into this movie thinking like, boy, they better make Sonic look realistic for our world? Does anybody really care? It's a giant hedgehog running around. We all know what Sonic looks like. Nobody is going to be upset and say like, oh, Sonic just doesn't fit in with this world. That's not the point of the movie. Nobody's like, where's my realism in this Sonic movie? Everybody's thinking, let's stay true to the character. And again, Mr. Miller says that they are only going to change what's necessary. So Sonic having fur on him and no quills, you know, you would think quills would be part of a hedgehog, and they do have some fur, but this is fur all over, so that doesn't make any sense to me. And then the eye thing, like I said, his eyes are crazy on the original Sonic design and have always been, but I guess they're going to go with a more realistic set of eyes? I honestly don't know. And then he's got a muscular body. Oh, it looks so weird. It really creeps me out. I don't know why that was necessary. I guess, you know, you have to imagine a whole team of people sat down and are like, well, if Sonic runs a lot, then he's got to be pretty muscular. Let's give him some well-defined legs and arms. Like, I don't understand how these decisions happen. And this is coming from, you know, companies that have millions and millions, if not billions of dollars. And then you have Sega, who isn't happy with the eye decision. I'm sure they're not happy with some other elements as well, but what the hell happened that Sega doesn't have more of a final say over this? It's like the Mario movie situation all over again, which is what drove Nintendo away from movies all those years ago, because they said, we're only getting involved in movies again if we really have a say over what happens. And it seems like Sega doesn't really have a say with a lot that's going on here. I can only imagine what people at Sega are saying behind those walls, because they're going to have to speak publicly about how they're excited about the movie and they like the direction, but you can bet if they're complaining about the eyes, they're also not happy with the rest of the design. Jingle Boy over on Go Nintendo says, those proportions look like a guy in a mascot costume. Something unsettling seeing Sonic with human-like arms. Logo's pretty rad though. That's definitely what you want. We go see the movie, everything looks weird and wrong and freaks people out, and somebody will be like, well, at least we had the logo. The logo was good. Not exactly what you want people to say, but I get what you're saying there, Jingle Boy. Yeah, when I showed this to my fiance, I didn't tell her what it was for. Then I said it was for the Sonic movie, but before I even said that, she said to me, is that a man in a Sonic costume? That's what she said from watching just this little trailer. So yeah, it does. It looks like a human man that's wearing a Sonic head, and that's not what you want for Sonic. Again, I don't understand the push or the need for realism. We get it. Sonic's gonna interact with humans. It's okay. We don't need an explanation that makes it make sense. It's just, here's Sonic, this is what he looks like. But, oh man, if this is the reaction to the silhouette of Sonic, I can only imagine what it's going to be like when they actually show off the first, like, full visual of him. Yeah, people are going to have a field day with it. People are already having a field day with this now, but let me know what you think. Maybe you're on the other side of the fence and you like what you've seen so far. And I will say, again, it's a silhouette, so maybe when we see the full visual, things will make more sense and won't be as freaky. But as of right now, I am definitely weirded out by this design. Not calling this one a big story because while there is big talk about it, you know, it's not earth-shattering news or anything. We'll save that for when we see the first trailer. But until then, I just wanted to show this to you guys because I knew you'd have stuff to say about it, and I'm sure you've been talking about it all day, but I couldn't not drop my 2 cents in there. It's just, oh man, I don't understand how these things happen. Well, thanks for watching and listening, and I will see you in our next video.